So this is... Now you know why. We can So today we are flaming in our apples. These are galas right now. We're going to show you guys what the weeds look like before we flame, and then after Dad goes through and flames, what they look like after. All right, so this is before it gets burned or flamed. So this is called flame weeding, and we do this in all of our organic apple orchards. This is a safe and effective alternative due to the fact that it does not harm the trees and effectively controls weeds, grasses, and unwanted insects without the use of chemicals. It is a 3 million BTU unit with a flame temperature between 1200 to 2000 degrees Fahrenheit, depending upon the speed we go. So here's how it works. When the high temperature flame from the torch comes in contact with the surface of the weed, the heat boils the water in the weed, which in turn damages cell tissue. We don't have to burn the weed to a crisp for effective weed control. We only need to pass the flame over the weed. When the weed's cell tissues are damaged, it destroys the weed's ability to conduct photosynthesis. Therefore, not long after, the weed will wilt and die unless the weed was too big and the flamer couldn't come in contact with the entire weed. So flame weeding is an easy and chemical-free way we control weeds and grasses in our organic apples. So about 7 to 10 days after the first flame, we flamed again to get the more stubborn weeds like dandelions and thistles. They sometimes have a young and tender shoot that regrows, so we burn that, and we also want to completely burn away the already dead weeds. So this right here was 4 days after the very first flaming.
So now we're headed to the farm, and the mower, the flail, we got it half taken apart. The mechanic is going to bring some tools to finish it, bigger bearing puller, some other stuff, and then we asked him about the old super steer, why he thinks it's overheating, and he said he might bring a tool to test if there's exhaust in something and something and something. So that could cause overheating, and if that's what it is, it'll test if it's a head gasket. If it's a head gasket, it's way too expensive to fix, especially at 7,000 hours.
I really appreciate you guys wanting to help us out and getting the tractor fixed.
We put a lot of money into it, and it's not worth fixing. So
if it's something like really expensive,
$400 or more, I'd say we wouldn't fix it.
So today we're still mowing. A lot of our spring work is mowing up this cover crop. So that's what we're doing. I'm mowing with the Rhino mower right now, and my brother and a mechanic they called is working on the Flail mower right now, so hopefully they can get that up and running.
So this is the rotor from the Flail. This is one of the bearings. There's all the bearing balls. Look like little turds. And I am going to finish doing these blades. I got most of them on. While this rotor's off, it's gonna be real easy. Go together just like that. Then they cut. Earplugs. The impact is loud and I care about my hearing. Old blade, new blade. See the difference? That's why we replace them.
Oh, I should have showed you all. do I get out and show you? I'll show you through the window. This is organic grapes right here. That is cover crop. So that still needs to be mowed. But this has already been duck footed like 3 times, I think. I've duck footed this. And then the crew went through and hand pulled the big weeds. So right now the vine mow is looking like really, really good. They are a really good work crew. They're getting a lot of the weeds and it's looking really nice. Alright, I'll get out and show you. So this right here has been duck footed and hand weeded. So that's what it is looking like. You're even getting the end of the rows. We had a work crew many years ago that Mom would have to come out here and pull like the ends of the rows. But anyway, these guys are good. Lift up the mower. So we have 3 mowers running today. The flail mower is fixed. Our brother will talk about that later on in this video coming up, so stay tuned. But we have 3 mowers running today because we really need to hurry up and mow all this cover crop. Even if it's not cover crop, there's just like weeds, we need to mow it. So then we can come in, and we still haven't finished post pounding. So we need to finish post pounding because we want to ideally post pound when the grapes are still small and little.
Yeah.
Hold on. Yo.
Those weeders are beautiful. These bows are gorgeous. They've never weeded this good before.
Maybe it's your duck footing.
Huh?
Or it's your duck footing.
I thought so too, part of it. The duck footing still look really good, but they did a freaking good job.
Oh, where was I at? So Dad said we can post pound whenever we want, but he said ideally we want to post pound when the grape bunches are still small, so it doesn't, because it vibrates when you pound in the post. And so ideally we want to post pound when the bunches are still small so we don't break them off or like shake them off. Did I say everything's busy? Don't want to hit our neighbor's grapes. Look over! So I'm going to go get the camera to my brother so he can record. So, until then, cheerio, good chaps!
So my 2 older sisters and I are now mowing cover crop. We're hoping to get this whole field knocked out. We got the flail fixed, finally. He finished that up last night. This is fixed. This is the first mow with it since it's been broke 2-3 years ago. I have not mowed with a flail for 3 years, coming up on 3 years. It's been a while. So, and this is like, I got in the road, I was like, wow, this is just like, this is absolutely obliterating it. The Rhino will leave a windrow. A windrow is like a pile of grass. It'll leave a pile of grass to one side and it'll just pretty much just chop it and lay it down. It won't really chew it up, it'll just kind of leave the whole stem, if you know what I mean. And it's kind of has a tendency to pile it over to one side, all that grass, so it's not evenly distributed between the mowed surface. So we're mowing cover crop, it's vetch and rye, and the reason we do that is first off because it makes it look nice in the grapes, and so the vetch or the rye, I have no idea which one, I think it's the vetch. It will have, once it grows, it'll have nitrogen. It produces its own nitrogen. We plant sometimes vetch and peas because the peas produce their own nitrogen too. So that's why we do that, because it goes on the ground, produces nitrogen, and we mow it. Once it blooms, it'll bloom, and that's when you're like when the head starts to come out, like a tassel on a corn head. If you ever seen one, that's when like we want to start right when that head starts to like push up, because that's when that nitrogen count is the highest, and that's when we get the most bang for our buck in planting this. Having to pay for all the seed. So we are a little bit late on mowing this because it's already having pollen and giving off those. They have like little shuck things that almost shuck all that stuff. When we run it over with the tractor and the tractor's coming and it like lays it over, it kind of like, So all that pollen will come off and get sucked right up. It'll get sucked right up into that radiator, and we got to blow that out. Last year we planted all vetch and rye this year. Last year we planted vetch and peas, and we mowed it so late last year that the peas already had pods on them, and I was getting down and eating the peas because they were just like peas. If we wait too long, it'll start taking nitrogen from the soil. So we want to mow it we have kind of like a deadline to mow it, and otherwise it'll just start taking away slowly from that. So.
If you're enjoying the video, if you can hit that like button, we'd muchly appreciate it. I feel like when the Irish speak, the last word of the sentence, they bring it up a bit. If you're Irish, let us know if that's how you talk. That's the flail right there. So the apple varieties we have organic Granny Smith apples, organic Wildfire Galas, organic Buckeye Galas, organic Cosmic Crisp apples, and Honey Crisp. The Honey Crisp are conventional. Those are the apple varieties that we have. So birds in the apples are a problem, and so what we use to control the bird pecks is we have hawk screams. So it's a speaker on the top of the apple post, and it's just loud hawk scream screeches. And then, so the hawk screams are just to deter like all types of birds. And then the really pesky birds, we take care of those the American way.
Show it, mate.
Jack just cooling down. Take a break from sitting.
Because these apples hasn't been on this year, the water is actually drip. So I'm undoing those, and then I'm gonna go turn the valve on that's on top of the row so it flushes out and cleans it. Just gotta pull that off, unkink. Oh my, there's some dirty water in there. Look at that.
So this is what our apples are looking like now. These are our organic Cosmic Crisp apples. About the size of a thumb.
See all the seeds in there?
Wait a minute, it's not focused. Ooh, it looks like a cucumber.
Cucumber?
Cucumber.
All the seeds in there. It's already started to form an apple. See that red part? I wonder if it's...
Ew!
It's like a cucumber.
This is what our organic juice grapes are looking like. They are still maturing. Got all the little bunches in there.
So here's the difference between row mode with the flail. It's doing an amazing job. So these are the cuttings. See that? It's shredded up into like little, and it's evenly distributed out through this whole, through the whole thing. It's just, see that? These little shreddings. Now you come over here, and that Rhino does have a shredder kit on it. And it's a dual blade setup also. And look at these, they're stocky and still very long. And see how it's kind of leaves the windrow right there? I don't know if you can see or not, but how all the grass is right here and it doesn't evenly distribute it out. But see how long this stuff is? I mean, that's like a foot long still.
So this is our green monster right now. It's lost its shape. He needs a haircut. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? I can't look. I knew we should have did it with scissors. You ruined him. Try to keep his shape. Let's see if we can keep him alive one more season. So I think this is the end of our green little monster. He lost his shape, doesn't look like a monster anymore. So rest in peace, little green monster. The parcel that we are mowing at right now is about 44 acres of organics, and so all this needs mowed. And we got about 2/3 of it done yesterday, and we're finishing up the rest right now, because after this then we need to go through and pound some post in. So all of the rotten post already got removed and picked up. And now after we mow this, we need to come in and get the post in. But it was raining this morning, like really raining. But it's a cloudy and cool day. I think the temperature is like in the 60s or something. Is it just me, or just like every year in like the middle of May, do we not get like these thunderstorms, you know?
Yeah.
Like today, this morning it was raining, and it's like a lovely cloudy day. My sister absolutely loves the cloudy weather. It's so cool to look at the clouds. We had a comment suggesting that we try roller crimping, and so we have tried that many years ago, and we got the like heaviest duty one, and So basically all it really did is kind of just like roll it down, and we still needed to mow afterwards. So it like basically rolled it down and like laid it down at some weird angle so that when it grew back up, it was like all like weird. So roller crimping does not work for what we do. It may work for like others and what they have and what their operation is. But for us in our cover crop and our vineyards, it just didn't work. Yeah.
So then it can, like you said, show the mower.
What? You guys just mowed yesterday. I just need this IronCraft shown like out your guys' window.
You threw your makeup outside our window. Great, but I don't know how we're gonna do it.
I know. We'll just figure it out.
So Dad just finished burning these Cosmic Crisp apples. This right here for the weeds. And so we have, for the irrigation, we have drip, that black tube, and then also we have overhead cooling. We have sprinklers that it's kind of like a mist for the top. It helps with sunburn and just to cool down the apples when it gets really hot. But this is what it is looking like. That looks cool. Look at that. The clouds are like so close. It's like I can reach out and grab one. Oh, that would be cool if I did.
So this Dad has now burned twice. He burned it the other day when you guys all saw it, and then he burned it again this morning. And so this has been 2 times through. These are our Buckeye Galas.
Oh, the clouds above you guys look cool. This is like a perfect angle.
These aren't our grapes. This is the next parcel, but if you can see the clouds. And since my brother is busy post-pounding, I am driving the beast, which is what my brother calls this tractor. So in our last video, I had said that
there is a canopy, but hopefully I can have it kept off for as long as possible.
And so why I want the canopy off of the duck critter for as long as possible is because of my hair. So this has a point. So when I was a little girl, my hair was very blonde, and then as I got older, it got a bit darker. But when I'm out in the sun, my hair gets lighter, because I have what you would call virgin hair, because I have not ever colored it. And so I like my hair when it's more blonde than it is brown. And so sometimes what I will do is I will have like a golfer hat on where the top is open, and I'll have all my hair come out so that my face doesn't get too much sun. But like the top layer of my hair is like more blonde than like the underneath stuff. And I get that from Mom because that's how her hair is. It's lighter on top than it is underneath. This like section, it like comes in like kind of brown, and then like right here it like lightens up and the natural blonde highlights come out. So
I don't know. That's just how it is. I don't like put something in my hair and then go sit out in the sun because I don't want my hair to get damaged from whatever products or whatever. So it's just all the workings of the sun. My two younger sisters haven't colored their hair either. So I guess we've all got organic hair. But yeah, that's why in the summer my hair is more blonde because I'm not in the sun a lot more. And then to me, I can really tell my hair gets like more brown during the winter because my hair isn't out in the sun as much. But yeah, that was the reason behind me wanting to keep the canopy off of the duck critter because I like to have my hair out in the sun as much as possible. But anyway, that's just a quirk about me. And if you see me on an open cab tractor, now you know why. So, thank you guys for watching this video, and we'll see you all in the next one.
You're disgusting.
Well, it's organic. If you like the video, if you're enjoying the video, I feel like I'm just Scottish now. Give it a wee bit like. Say it like a hick. And for the peskier birds, we take care of them the American way. The ground is very unlevel for a camel stand. It's cloudy, why am I wearing a hat? So birds in the apples are a problem, and so what we...
And now it's moving. Perfect.
That's what. So, I'm gonna hurry up and finish mowing this so that we can do that. Was a big bee. Holy cow. Let's get it in. Frick. That's a cute eye of a deer. Whatever. I look like a hick. Is it clean? Yep. Such a heck. It won't go up. It goes down.
Yeah, that's good.